Hey guys, I'm waiting to be shared into the group, so hang tight. I'll be with you in just a couple of minutes. I'll be going on at 3 o'clock. I think I'm going to, I gotta decide. I'm still deciding what I'm gonna do. I'm Julie with Nothing Is Wasted Designs, so y'all hang in there and I'll be right with you. Trying to decide. Hang tight. Hey Melanie, how are ya? Come on in. I am trying to find a mold. This one. I'm gonna pull this out. And this is, come on in, y'all. I think I'm gonna do, I got a combination of things that I'm gonna play with today, and we're gonna see where this goes. I'm gonna start this mold, and then after I start this mold, I am going to paint a background. I came in today at the last minute. They needed a fill in, and so y'all come on in. Looks like Michelle is just finishing up. Let me get my cups that fell, and we're gonna see what we're going to do here. I think I want to do this pumpkin, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. Let me get some gloves. Come on in. Oh, I got two different pairs of gloves, two different colors. Must be from two different boxes. Hold on. Excuse me. I've been sneezing lately. I don't know. Hey, Cultivating Keepsakes, how are you doing? Come on in. I am going to start with, I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm going to start with some casting resin. And what I'm going to do is, all right, there are little numbers on here. I don't know if y'all are familiar with these numbers with IOD molds, but there's a little number on here. And it has a triangle that points to, hey Lisa, come on in. I'm doing good, thanks. Anyway, these little numbers point to, there has a little triangle that points to which mold it's referring to. And so like this pumpkin here has 42 milliliters. All right, so that means that I'm only going to do 2 ounces. So let me, you know what? I'm going to use 2 different molds, y'all. I'm going to use some from one mold and some from another, and we'll see which ones we like better. So for every 30 milliliters that you have, that's gonna be 1 ounce. So I'm looking at this number here. This is 48 ounces, so we're gonna round that up to 50. And this is 42 ounces, so 40 and 50 is 90. So I'm gonna do 3 ounces because 30 and 30 and 30 gives me 3 ounces. And, all right, let me see. Oh, I can do, let's see. All right, I'm just gonna have to, I'm gonna do 1.5 and then 1.5, and then we're gonna stir it. And this only takes 10 minutes to cure. All right, so I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces. Y'all come on in. I wanna get this started so that it can be curing while, all right, I'm gonna put that off to the side. That's part A. Now we're gonna do part B. It doesn't make any difference which one. I know, it's fun, isn't it? A lot of fun. All right, let me make sure. That looks like it's about 1.5. And then, so we're gonna throw this in here up to 3. Close enough. And we'll get this one out of the way, and let me grab my timer. There we go. And we're going to stir this for 1 minute. And then after we stir this for 1 minute, we're going to pour this in here. And I have like 1 to 2 minutes to play with this. So not a whole lot of time. But you will feel, this is casting resin. And the casting resin that cures in 10 minutes, you have to work pretty quickly with it. What is the brand you use and where do you get? Are you talking about the casting resin, Melanie? I got it around here somewhere. There's the box. I'll get it after I pour this in here for you. If you're talking about the casting resin, it's alumlite. All right, let's see. All right, this is ready. It doesn't take long. Now, anytime you're working with resin, I highly recommend that you cover your surface with, all right, I'm going to just pour this right on in here. It'll start hardening up pretty quickly. And then I want to do the small pumpkin in here. So let's see what we get with that. Hopefully there's going to be, should be enough here. And kind of scoot that along. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do maybe some of these little pieces of wheat in here and see what that does for me. So you figure out what the big ones are, and then you take the smaller pieces, and you just kind of, that one's not going to have enough. All right, let's do this leaf right here. And you'll see it'll start turning white pretty quickly. This leaf doesn't want to, and that's going to be it. All right, so it's pretty fast. Thanks, Sherry. Thanks for sharing. All right, so I'm going to move this off to the side so that I can paint. And while this is curing, we're going to take, all right, let me move this. I hope I have room for all of this. But you want to cover your surface in with a silicone mat, especially if you have a glass mat like I do. All right, so here we go. I'm like, y'all, this was, I ended up, I thought I had more time this morning to get things prepared than I did. And then I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my goodness. So here I am. All right, so I'm going to take a 12 by 16 inch board. This is a canvas panel. And I'm going to be using this horizontally, landscape-wise. And we're going to work with some Essential Stencil rub-on transfers. And I'm seeing I really need more space. So I think I'm going to have to go, all right, let me do it this way. I have to put this up here and this down here. That'll work. All right, so I'm thinking that I was trying to figure out if I wanted a gold background or a blue background. So I think I'm going to go with the blue. That's going to be our sky. And y'all know that I like to work with, hey Jessica, y'all know I like to work with cardboard. It's free. I know that it drinks up some of the water in the paint, but like I said, the cardboard is free and it just makes for an easy palette. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go with 3 different colors of blue. I'm going to go with a light, a medium, and a dark. I almost want to throw a gold in here. The verdict's still out on that, so we'll see. All right, so there is that. And then, is this kind of medium-ish? Maybe I need something like this. Oh, they're about the same. That's a satin, so I'll put that one back and keep it the same. I may throw some, all right, this is a turquoise that I'm working with. Turquoise, ocean blue. This is all deco art. And whispering turquoise. So turquoise, whispering turquoise, and ocean blue. And, ooh, those are too close in color, so that's not going to work. Hold on. Hold, please. Let's do this one. This has got a metallic in it. Why not? Let's add this to this. How are y'all doing today? I'm kind of scurrying along. That one's kind of the same too. All right. Well, we're going to play with it and see what we get. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to dip my brush in the kind of the metallic, the medium blue, and the light blue. And from there, I'm going to go straight across my board. I don't really want to blend this. More than anything, I want the individual colors to come out. All right, let me show y'all what I have. Okay, see, can you see the individual colors in that? All right, so here we go. So we're going to pick up our colors. I'm going to go with the metallic, the matte blue, which is kind of along the same lines, and then we're going to go in with the light blue. And just go across my board. And anywhere where I missed. You want to get quite a bit on your board if you're working with a larger board. All right, again, and I'm going to just keep doing all 3 of these. Giving me just a little bit of variety in the sky. All right, and again, I'm going to come in here. I actually need to grab a little bit more than I'm grabbing. And here we go. The variety of the colors will give me some depth and dimension. All right, this is looking good, y'all. All right, so I need to grab just extra paint than what I'm grabbing. Turn my brush, go into the middle, and here we go. I like these 3 colors. You know, it's really funny because sometimes you can, when you pick your colors, you think, oh, these are not even going to look good together. And I don't know what it is about having a dark, a medium, and a light in the same color, but it just makes a huge difference. And colors that you don't think would look good together, they do something with each other that they look good together. I've yet to see 3 colors of blue 3 colors of green or 3 colors of any color that just didn't really complement each other some way. And as soon as I get this all done, I will hold this up closer and show y'all what we got. But you want to make sure that you have that variation, because I don't know, there's just something about it. All right, let's see if we're gonna get away with the paint that we have, or if we're gonna have to add extra. Here we go, y'all. Getting down to the bottom here. When you start feeling your brush drag, you're going to want to grab some more paint. Glad I put the gloves on, because I'm going to end up, I needed them for my, keep the paint off of my hands. All right, here we go. All right, let me grab the sides, or the edges, whatever we want to call it. I'm going to go all the way around. And when I turn this up, y'all should be able to see. See the sides? Can you see the variation in the colors? I'm going to use some rub-on transfers. I think I'm going to add these molds that I did with pumpkins. And I'm also hoping, the plan is to use an essential stencil also. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is probably the quickest, grab some stuff from my craft room and try and figure it out along the way while I'm walking to the camera, that I think I've done. So you'll give me some grace. All right, here we go. All right, I like that. Can y'all see that? You see the different, if I can get the light, there we go. See the different colors in it? So it just gives it a little bit of dimension that it wouldn't have if I just used one color. Love it, love it, love it. All right, just gonna double check the edges. I can use this side over here. And this side needs a little bit more here before I put my brush in the water. I like this. Okay. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to go with a, all right, brush in the water. We're done with that. I'm going to put this in the trash because otherwise I'm going to stick my elbow in it. And we're going to dry this. And we're almost ready. We almost have our casting done. Hey, Kelly. Welcome. So if y'all are not familiar with Grace Creations or Inspired by Grace, there's a link up at the top of the page that you can join. It's a free group. I am in an event with Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace today. And there's been a lot of fun, creative crafters that have gone before me today. And hey, Shantae. There are fun, creative crafters that are going to come after me, so please be sure and go back and watch the replays and make sure that you hang in there to watch the people that are going to follow me. All right, let's get this dry, get the edges. I kind of feel like we should pound some sun or something in here, you know? All right, so there is that. All right, let's pull this out of here. This should be done. This is, well, maybe it's not. I thought I had, it's been 10 minutes. Sure, it's been 10 minutes. All right, let me see if this one's going to pop out. No, maybe they're not done. All right, well, we'll let them go. All right, so this is what I'm working with. The theme for today is fall foliage. And so I've got these little guys here. And this is what I'm thinking. Let me cut some of these up. And I think I'm only going to have room for one of the scarecrows. So I'm going to go with the little guy here. For those of you who are familiar with Lisa with Little of Me Specialties, oh gosh, I can never, I'm sorry, Lisa, I just botched that. Somebody put Lisa's name in the comments for me, please. We are going to be doing a fundraiser for her on Wednesday. I will be in that event. And we're going to, every crafter is going to make a craft, and it's going to be auctioned off to help her with some of her medical bills. So if y'all will please put down on your calendar to show up to Grace Creations or Inspired by Grace's page. They are sponsoring this. Okay, so here's one guy here. And what I'm going to do is, all right, let's get some corn here. And we're going to get some leaves. We got to get some leaves because this is the theme today is fall foliage. So we want to make sure that we get some of the foliage from fall in here. I think we're going to get some corn. Gosh, I hope these release pretty quickly because I got a lot of them. All right, and then I got some more leaves here, so we're going to just kind of sporadically place those around. Not quite sure how much corn I'm going to use, but come in here. And we're going to just kind of cut this out. See where we go with it. And then I also want to put a pumpkin patch on here. All right, so what else do we have in here? We've got a couple of gourds. Let's get a couple of gourds in here. And I've got a smaller one somewhere over here. I hope this turns out. I got kind of an idea in my head, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, grapes actually are a fall fruit. You don't think of it that way, but they are. All right. All right. Let's see where we go with this. Put this off to the side. Scissors over here so I can find them when I need them. All right, we're going to put this guy on here. Oh, you know what? I wanted some hay. Let me get the hay. Let's grab a couple of hay bales. So when y'all think of fall foliage, what do you think of? Do you think of just the leaves, or do you think of hay and or what? What do y'all think of when you think of fall foliage? My first thought is typically, you know, the color of the leaves. All right, so we're going to put that in here. We're gonna get this guy on here, but all right. So there we go. So we've got that. All right. Let's see if these pumpkins are going to work for us. Oh, there we go. See how easy that came out once it's ready? Whew, still kind of soft. Not sure why it's so soft. All right, I'm going to leave that one in there for a little bit longer, maybe. Let's see. No? Yeah. Maybe I didn't mix it right. All right, there we go. So we got a little bit of wheat. We can paint that up. Actually, I have some real wheat, so I might just save this for later. All right, and then we got a couple of leaves here. Go ahead and just trim this away. Now, while this is still soft, you can still kind of clean it up a little bit. If you've got sharp fingernails, you could probably do it with your fingernails. I've done that before. But what I'm doing is I'm just clipping away where I poured it. I over poured it. Just cleaning this up. I may do a combination of these. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. We are good. We are good, y'all. It's funny because when you're in an event, it's like it's always watching the clock. But if you're just doing a live on your page, we tend to take a little bit longer, don't we? Lil of Me Gifts and Specialties. Yes, that is who Lisa with Lil of Me Gifts and Specialties. Thanks, Melanie. Is who we are doing an event for on Wednesday. And I'm coming on sometime. I don't remember when, but it's not important. It's important that you watch everybody. There's going to probably be some really nice opportunities for Christmas presents. All right, here we go. See how I just popped that out of there? It's pretty soft. Okay, there's one pumpkin. There's a different pumpkin. And so I'm going to put these off to the side. Get them out of my way. I'll deal with those after I get off. Got a leaf and some wheat. And I've got some dried wheat down here too. All right, I don't need these blues anymore, so we're going to get these out of here. Just actually get some space here. All right, here we go, y'all. All right, I don't think I need that. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. We're gonna get all of this on here. All right, I don't know which one I want. I think we might do the pumpkin patch. So this is my thinking. Oh, Melanie, this is what I use. Alumilite, amazing casting resin. And I will tell you, there is a difference. This when it's cured, it turns white. If you get the clear, don't make the same mistake that I made. I thought the clear, it's called cast resin, not casting resin. Cast resin takes 24 hours to 48 hours to cure. So I got on and did a live. I thought I was going to do the clear, and it just didn't cure. I'm thinking I want to go right across the top of him in black, y'all. And then I'm going to do the pumpkins over here, and I may throw another pumpkin on top of this just to give it a little bit of dimension. We'll see where we're going to go with that. But I feel like what I'm going to have to do is I need to get this corn in here. And then we will, all right, let me move him over just a smidgen. I gotta take these gloves off because they're just too slippery. All right, let's get some corn. I want to get some corn in here. I think the corn needs to go behind him. And maybe the hay bales will go. All right, let me see. No, maybe I want the corn over here. I got an extra piece of corn. This one needs to come off of here. You're welcome. You're welcome, Melanie. So what about it? What do y'all, when y'all think of fall foliage, what do you think of? Let's do the hay bales over here with the corn. Somehow, let's see how this is going to shake out. Maybe behind the corn. Maybe the corn behind it and the hay bales. And the pumpkin patch Or we could do that. We could do the pumpkins right down here. And we need something else over here with him. Maybe more corn or something. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to try and see which way I want this to go. Here's a tall corn. Let's get a tall corn and see what we do with that. Like I said, this is an essential stencil rub-on transfer. I got this a couple of years ago. I am an affiliate with them. But, all right, here we go, y'all. Cut this off of here just so that it's not flapping. Just so that it lays better. All right, we got this. All right, we want to get this little guy. He's going to have, yeah, there we go. All right, so he's got some corn over here by him. Looks like this goes this way. He's going to have some corn over here, and then we'll put some pumpkins. All right, let's see what we got. And then I don't know what I'm going to do up there, but I'll do something. Okay, let me do this one at a time, and then hopefully I'm going to have time to... All right, scissors back here so that when I need them, I can find them. All right, so we're going to come up here. And we're going to do our corn first. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. A little hard to see, but that's okay. All right, here we go, y'all. This is where we do the rubbing part. And I am praying, Lord, help me get this off here quickly so that we can move along. If you wanted to, you could do this on a white background. I just happened to choose something with some color. I'm hoping that this is going to stick to the, oh yes, thank you, Lord. It's going to stick to the paint easily, and I'll be able to lift this up pretty quickly. All right. You rub a little bit, and then you check to see if it's releasing. If it's not, you put it back down. And just keep rubbing. What time is it? 31? I hope I'm going to have time to do the painting, the stenciling. We got together with our house church. It was just a small bunch of us yesterday. It was just the pastor and two of us. Shepherd, he's our shepherd. And boy, did we have a great time just discussing. He's talking about how he's done a lot of research and is finding out that a lot of the translations that are after the year 300 AD really aren't as accurate as we think they are. And so he's been doing a lot of vocabulary work, words that the Holy Spirit has been giving him. Okay, there is that. I can't hold it up because everything else is going to fall, but I'm going to get this guy on here. Right, he's going to go right in here. Let me put this on here again. Anyway, he's got he's written a book and has like 50. All right, that looks like I may have to go. You know what? I'm thinking I may have to do white, y'all. I think I'm going to have to do white on this because I don't think otherwise it's gonna. All right, we got to bring him down so we get his hat in here. All right, that went pretty quick. Thank you, Lord. Sometimes it takes longer. All right, here we go. So we're going to take this. Move this out of the way. This little guy is so adorable. Any other Scarecrow fans out there? What are some of the things that y'all have made with scarecrows? I know, I love them. Aren't they cute? They make you smile. Well, you know what? I should have put the corn in. Well, I don't know. I think it was a toss-up. I kind of needed to weave it so that he's kind of holding the corn. But anyway, the corn stalk is going to be behind him. This is on a 12 by 16 inch canvas panel, if any of you are wondering. So this is this guy's almost 12 inches tall. I wrestled with which way I wanted to turn the canvas, and it all depended upon, I had a couple of different stencils that I was choosing between on here. And one was going to go one way, and this one's going the other way, and I decided on this one. So Essential Stencils got a lot of really nice stencils. All right, here we go. This is lifting up really nicely, y'all. Oops, chopped off some of his hair. Oops. All right, let's see what we got. There we go. It's lifting up nicely. It's cooperating. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And it's just, you'll know if it's lifting the part of the stencil up, you'll see it. And you'll know if it's stuck or not. There won't be any guesswork to it. You won't wonder, because it'll lift up the part of the design. Okay, let's see what we got over here. We still got to get this. Oops. Got to get his hand. There we go. And what I like to do is just run, one or two fingers underneath where between the top piece and the actual design, and just gently let it lift up. And then that way, if I see it, the design lifting up, I can just drop it back down and rub it. There we go. And the nice thing about it is, if you do lift the design up, you can drop it down, and it'll go right back into the exact place that it needs to go into, without any issues. Okay. Here we go. And I'm going to just go over this, make sure it's all nice and snug. All right. 2 down, y'all. 2 down. What do we got? We got 37 minutes. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to do the corn. Grab this. I can probably put both of these on here at the same time. Just snip that off of there. Oh, I need to move it back on there. All right, let's see here. What do we got? I'm going to put this here. And this is going to go down here. All right. So let's bring these out of here, and we're going to lift up our corn stalks. Place that one there. I can probably do both of these at the same time. I'm pretty close to it. All right, let me get this on here again and see. Because I want the pumpkins to go down in front of them, and we want the, all right, pull this up just a smidgen. All right, and we're going to lift this up. Separate the back piece from the so the sticky part. Now you kind of get a one-shot deal with this, with the sticky part. Once you stick it down, it's kind of down. It's not going to lift up for you without kind of tearing it. So you want to make sure that when you place these, that you've got it where you want it to be. All right, let's see what we got here. I've still got a little bit of, the little tassels on the corn were still stuck on there. These, I think I've had these a couple of years. I've noticed that the newer essential stencils have a stronger smell to them. These don't have a smell to them at all. So I don't know if they changed something or what, but I know that these have no odor to them whatsoever. I'm pretty, hey Michelle, you did a great job. I got it from Essential Stencil. I do not know if they still have this or not. Okay, there we go, y'all. That one's done. All right, let's come over here and get this one. I think I'm going to have to go with white for the pumpkin patch. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. How we doing? 20 minutes. I know, it's cute, isn't it? Oops, see that piece of corn? The leaf wanted to lift up, but I put it back down and it goes right into place. There we go. There's that one. This one's in the trash. This goes in the trash. This goes in the trash. We're going to throw some leaves in here in a minute. All right, so we got that. I got to test this again and make sure that my pumpkins are going to... actually, I want to move this over, and then that can be a backdrop there. I might move this over just a little bit to the edge, and then these pumpkins will fill in this spot here. All right, there we go. We're gonna do this over here, and these lift up pretty easily off this back sheet. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Kind of peel and stick. So I have to decide, do I want to do the stencil pumpkins, or do I have time? We'll see, at 42. Do I have time to paint the other pumpkins and use those, or maybe a combination of both? Maybe we'll do a combination of both. We'll see. I think I need an hour and a half. Everybody else feel that way when you're doing an event, that you need more time than what you have? Come on, stay down. So just remember, I mean, I know y'all know this, but in case you were new, like I was at one point, you want to work from the back to the front. So that's why I had to put everything down to see, to kind of line it up, because I knew I wanted some things in the background. All right, let's see what we got. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? What did I have? I had Panera. We met up at Panera yesterday, so I had Panera for dinner yesterday. When I used to teach public school, I'd always ask the kids, thanks for sprinkling me out there, Michelle. When I used to teach public school, I taught math, algebra mostly to 8th and 9th graders. And I used to always ask the kids, what'd you have for dinner last night? Because I knew that, somebody would remember something they had for dinner last night, and then that's what I would cook for dinner that night. And always it gave me an idea. So, all right, just kind of gently rocking this back and forth. I'm not really pulling it. I'm just putting enough pressure to lift it. And if it's going to lift, it'll lift on its own. I don't want to force it. All right, so there is that. We got that one down. And I think what I want to do at this point, I'm going to hold off on the little people or the little things. And let's go ahead and get this on here. I think I need to go white, y'all. I really think I need to go white. All right, so let me get some tape. Tape this down, and I'm thinking white. What do y'all think? I think black is going to be too dark. Gold is not going to work because there's too much gold in it. What color would y'all do the lettering in? Oops, I got to be careful not to put this on that rubber. What color would y'all do the lettering for this on? Let me show you what we got. This is what we have so far. Well, we know that the pumpkins are going to be orange, so we could probably start with the pumpkins and get those in line. So let's do that. And then I'm going to get me another piece of cardboard. I don't know if I showed y'all my zip snip or not. This is my zip snip. I don't know if any of y'all have one of these. I'm going to show you how this works. Take your cardboard boxes, okay? And this is called a Works, W-O-R-X. I'm not an affiliate with it at all. And you just take and you cut your cardboard up. And then you can use it for paint palettes or whatever. I mean, we all get oodles of boxes in the mail, right? And so what about what color? What color do you think we should do this in, y'all? Pumpkin patch. Pick your own. So part of me that wants to do black, but I don't think the black is going to show up. You think the black will show up? Let's go for the pumpkins. We'll do the pumpkins, and then we'll come back and we'll do the... all right, we're going to do kind of a combination of colors here. I thought I got a red out. I did. Going to need a little bit of green also. Hello. Probably could have chosen an orange that had more in it. There we go. Those are kind of similar. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of red in here just to get a little bit more dimension. Not much. All right, these are called dome brushes. These are also from Essential Stencil. And then what we do here is we're going to take and we're going to, I think I'm going to start with the darker color. You load and then you offload. And then when I get my brush started, I always do it a couple of times. All right, and then here we go. So I'm going to come in here and where is, grab one of these. Essential Stencil always gives you like one of these little, I don't know what they're called, but I use them to block stuff that I don't want stenciled. How are we doing on time? 12 minutes. Chances are good that I'm not going to get everything finished. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to cover up the top of this, and let's just see what we get. I may need something darker. Oh, you know what? It's not going to work. I'm going to have to white it out. It's not showing up. It's the orange is too close, and so what I'm going to have to do, all right, so that means that I'm not going to have time to finish this, but I will finish it and post it. All right, so let's go back, and if I do that, I can probably come back. I might be able to add some black in here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You're going to load, and then you're going to offload, and then you're going to swirl. I'm not quite sure. I've never stenciled on top of the rub-on transfers, so I really don't know how this is going to work, y'all. Now I want to remind you that after me at 4 o'clock is Debbie's Fun Easy Designs. She's going to follow me, and then at 5 o'clock is Lindell's Craft Escape. And after Lindell, at 6 is Rustic Daisies Do It Your DIY with Renee. 7 o'clock is Country Creekside with Shantae. Country Creekside Creations with Shantae. And then 9 o'clock, Nana's Nook with Lori. You're going to want to check all of them out, y'all, because they're really talented. They're a lot of fun to listen to. And they've got a lot of talent. Okay? All right, so here we go. Just right now, what I'm doing, I don't need the blocker right now, because right now I'm more concerned with neutralizing everything out. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing up here for the word pumpkin patch. 350. I got 10 minutes. All right, well, this is going to tell us if we want to use white or another color, right? Because we're going to white everything out. And if it looks good, we'll keep it, except for the pumpkins. If it doesn't, we may have to go over it with black, because the white may not cover over the rub-on transfer. Like I said, I have never stenciled on top of a rub-on transfer before, so I'm experimenting so that y'all can decide if it's something you want to try or not. Right now it's pretty transparent. All right, coming over his britches. And remember that the idea is we want to get layers. We don't want to blend this, so we're going to have to dry this before we can put a second coat on this. All right, so I'm just going, swirling. I go both directions. I go clockwise, and then I go counterclockwise. And then that way I hit all the nooks and crannies with this. But this is definitely not absorbing the paint like I thought it would. And I guess it kind of makes sense because it's kind of like a plasticky. All right, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. All right, we're going to come back over here, get another coat on this. Let's dry this real quick. I want to be careful not to melt the, I got 8 minutes, y'all. I want to be careful not to melt the rub-on transfer, because it's pretty thin. All right, here we go, y'all. All right, this is looking good. I'm getting some white now, so this is a good sign. And then we'll add in some of the gourds on top of that, maybe like the smaller ones, put those down front. Now, when I'm finished, I will post this in the group. So, and y'all check and see if you're following all the crafters that are in the comments. Be sure and hit the follow button. We can all help each other that way and get our pages out there. And and then again, the link for Grace Creations, who is sponsoring this event, is up at the top. If you are not part of the free group, then I encourage you to hit the link and go to the top. And yeah, go up to the top of the page for Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace, and join the free group. And then that way you'll get notified whenever somebody goes live. So a lot of talented crafters in this group. You know, it's so fun to, do y'all spend like hours watching people like I do? I mean, I love to learn new things, and so it's fun to see what others are doing. I kind of feel like this has got to go black, y'all, because it's not going over the, and you know what I think I'm going to use? And I told y'all about the Gaffrey base paint that I have. That stuff is amazing. I think I'm going to use that to do the black. I think I'm going to go black. Let's see. Yep, I think I'm gonna go black. Maybe. Let's look. I don't know. Maybe I like the transparency on this. I think I do. All right. I changed my mind. We're allowed to do that, right? All right. I'm gonna do one more coat of white. It's not covering it up, and this is actually perfect because what do we got for time? I got 5 minutes, so let me do the pumpkins. This way we don't cover up the design behind it, behind the where it says pumpkin patch. So I think I'm going to stick with the white, let it be transparent, and we'll do this and down here. All right, now let's go in with the orange for the pumpkins. And we're going to go on top of this white. Now, before y'all couldn't see it. Now you can see the orange. You see the difference that this makes? You could not see the orange when I went straight on the dark color. So anytime you have a background that is like a dark background, you almost need to bring it to a neutral state so that you can see the color that you actually want to show up. And then when I get ready to clean this, I have a Chalk Couture board eraser that I'll use. And all right, we're getting closer. How we doing on time? I got 3 minutes, y'all. 3 minutes. All right, I'm going to get a golden color for the stem. And I've got these Essential Stencil brushes that come in multiple sizes. So I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to do the stems. And then I need a small one of these for orange to come into these small places. And then I'm going to take, because I use all kinds of different brushes here. I'm going to come in here with a little bit of this red. I don't want much. And I'm going to offload this. And I'm going to just kind of dry brush over this. And then I'm going to come in with some green. I'm running out of time. I got 2 minutes. I'm good. Put a little bit of green on here. And I'm going to grab another brush for these little swirls. It's kind of a greenish blue, or a blue-green. But this is what we're going to do. Oops, yeah, this is going to be like, I guess, a vine. I don't know if this is right or not, but this is what we got. I got to get some kind of foliage in here, right? That's the whole theme. All right, we're going to come in here. Another little orange spot. And put that over here. See what we got. And I better get, I think I'm going to get one of these on here. All right, let me lift this up and show you what we have. I can go back over this if I need to. I'm going to lift this up. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is just too cute. All right, let me just put a little leaf here. I got to make sure that I'm legal on the theme here. Oops. I got to pull this off of here, and then I'll turn it around and show y'all. We're going to put some falling leaves in here. All right, so now we're legal. This is what we have. And there's my foliage to make it legal. And pumpkin patch. I think I like it in the white, and I like the fact that it's transparent because you can still see the design behind it. All right, y'all, go and watch Debbie's Fun Easy Designs, and make sure you refresh your page. Follow the people that are in the comments, and thanks Grace Creations for having me. I love y'all. Jesus loves you the most, and if you're not following my page, I'd love to have you do that. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.